Okay, whoops. All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Shauna, and this is Ring and Light Crafts. We're going to give people a few minutes to come on, or a few seconds to come on, whatever amounts to. Let me scoot you guys back. We are going today to make, well, it's night now. We are going to make, hi, Melissa, welcome. We are going to make a coffin. Yep, you heard me, a coffin out of a cereal box. So any empty cereal box, you guys, don't throw them, upcycle them. So I'm going to show you what I first did and how I started it. Hi, Melissa. And that way you guys can do it yourself if you want. And we can just kind of work together. I don't have one completed yet. I figured if I don't like it, I can delete the video if I decide I can't do it. Anyways, the very first step to do is to make your size of your coffin bottom, because you're going to make your pattern from scratch. So I'm going to lower you guys and just give you a gist of how I started mine. So I'm going to lower you guys down, so watch your eyes. Here we go. I should say good evening because it is evening, I guess. So good evening. All right. First thing I did is everything is freehand, you guys. I do have my little criddle, which it will, right now it's just a little skeleton. This is from a Dollar Tree. So in a pack of 5 of these little guys. So it comes to exactly $1.08 for 5. So I just cut one off, and this guy on a different video because it will take too long. And it's night right now, so I don't want to work with heat guns and stuff like that at night because I don't want to burn my house down. I've never done it before. So anyways, we're going to find out, aren't we? Anyways, we're going to do this tomorrow. Oops, get over there, guy. So anyways, the very first thing I did is I'm trying to think of what Dracula coffin would look like. And all I did was just kind of messed around with a possible shape, whatever I may like, whatever I think may work. And however, it just kind of messed around with it like this. And of course, we want this here to be drawn out larger, longer. And then I just started working around with getting the edges straighter, making sure that my edges meet from end to end. So what we're going to do is, because I do want to show you guys, I wish I had this one's been cut, so it won't quite be as big. But that's okay. We're going to make a line that goes from one end of the paper to the other. And then we're going to turn it, whoops, come back here, the other way, and try to do another straight line, one edge to the other, which you all know I can't draw a straight line, so bear with me. So we're going to try it, one end to the other, and we're going to use that as our guideline. So the top of the top coffin is always going to be the shortest area. But I also know that I do have a limit of how much I want on each side. So we're going to start at 2, and we're going to go ahead and just go from 2 to 3. So it's what, 2 inches. That's my top. Oops, let me make sure I mark it exactly at my 2. I just kind of went past. So I'm going to mark it at my 3 and my 1. This is my guide. So we're going to start from there. I know you can barely see it probably, but here's my little line for my 1. So we're going to go ahead and draw it to the corner of this line. Now, it doesn't have to come all the way out and touch it all the way to here. We just want to make sure we get that straight line. So we're going to go ahead and just get us a straight line in here. And that's the line that we will use. Okay? And then what you do on one side, you're going to do on the other. So we'll go ahead and catch the one. I better do it where I can see it. Sorry, guys. This is a little too big to be working with little tiny things. Go from one edge, here it is, to the other, and try to get it as straight as I can. Once again, I say that looks good. And if not, we can always fix it. So we're just going to use this line here. And then from there, we're going to go ahead, and we're going to measure the bottom. Let's do the bottom first. If we have the 2 inches up here, we're going to want the 2 inches on the bottom. So let's put the 2 here, like we did up there. We know we got our center point because we made that X, or the T-like. We'll go ahead and mark my 1 here, so I know that's my limit, and my 3 here. So that's my limit. And then I'm just going to draw my line. That's my 2 inches right there. So I'm going to go ahead and come from the top of my T, or the second line top of the T here where we just left off, and we're going to bring it down to the other T, or the bottom, excuse me. It's not another T, but it's just a bottom. Try to get your straight line. There we go. And then once again, we're going to do the opposite side. We're going to go ahead and catch from the bottom here where we had the 2 inches. We're going to catch that little dot there and come up to the sharp corner here, which is once again our T. And there we go. This is basically, let me get rid of that, a coffin, a shape of a coffin, although it would be longer, but I did cut on this paper. I was just showing you a basic. And then my next step would be, imagine this, we're going to switch it out. Imagine this cut out, but it was longer in this shape. Remember, I was just upcycling paper. So my next step is my little character. Of course, we want him to fit in our little coffin here. And we're going to really deck him out, guys. So just bear with it. And also, guys, hello. And I can't see who's on here. So welcome. So our little guy, we're just going to place here for now. And we want to make sure that we come up with our sides at least as high or a little bit higher than what our little creature is. So what I did with that is I grabbed a piece of paper and I just kind of cut it out. Well, I would figure out, let me do this side so you can see exactly. Whoops, let go. Get up here, little guy. Right here. So you can see that when I cut my other piece of scratch paper here, I just made it where it's a little bit higher than what the creature is. So this is our side walls. Now on this stage, I just drew it on the edge. Approximately, let's not do approximately. Let me tell you exactly how wide or the width of this is. This is, wow, a little bit more less than an inch. Okay, so here, if I went from 0 to 1, it's slightly under an inch. I don't know what that's called, guys. I'm not good at math. I never will be, never claim to be. So anyways, you get the idea. And then my pieces depends on the shape of the coffin itself, the bottom. So you got all these sides here that you have to cut out the exact same, let's say, inch to go every which way. But before you cut those out, make sure that even though you got your whole width right here, you add a little extra on each side, okay? And that little extra is because this is actually going to be folding into the next section to help build the creature. Okay, or the grave. So the next step would be to copy everything down and put it in some form of a pattern. Let me see. I'm going to raise you guys up just a minute here. Hi, Teresa. Oh, God, you're so lucky to be there, Buckeye. That's awesome. Let's see. I'm just going to see if I can get this, maybe the light to go down just a wee bit. This button. I don't remember what button it was. Okay. Well, lowering you guys again. Please watch your eyes. Okay. And so what I did is I took my cereal box. This is just some off-brand cereal, by the way. I did not like it. Anyways. So I guess I'm not supposed to say that online. But I didn't like it because it's very sweet. And I had to quit sugar. It had nothing to do with the cereal. Let me rephrase that. I had to quit sugar. It sucks. Anyways, so we're going to upcycle this. Instead of throwing it away, let's just go ahead and upcycle it or recycle it, however you want to look at it. And then that way we don't waste. So we're going to take our grave that we already made the estimates on, and we're just going to copy everything out. Okay? Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total edges here. And I just went ahead, I copied out my pre-cut grave here. And I'm going to set that aside. And then my inch sides, I cut those out. And I enamel them where they're going to go. Hello, beautiful. So what I did is I got my size. Whoops. Like I have the S2. This is side 2. I make sure I had a side 2 piece. Side 1, I make sure I have a side 1 piece. And then that way when we cut them out, everything's marked and we know what goes where. So your next step obviously is to cut them out, which I forgot my scissors. I knew I'd forget something. I had a little accident on my table this morning. Water got spilled over everything, so we're going to pretend I just cut all this out because you guys know how to cut them out, right? Make sure that you cut on the outside, not where you put the second line. And the second line, your edges, it doesn't matter if they're a quarter of an inch, half an inch. It really is okay. It's just so that you can connect the two pieces. Let me get rid of that. We're going to go ahead and bring up here all the pieces that are pre-cut out, and including our little coffin here. So let me grab all my pieces here. I have what is a T, and I found my T piece. So we will go ahead and fold those ends in, and we're going to find side S2, which is right here. I started to say it disappeared on me. I marked it S2, so I know it will go right here. Assuming I did it halfway right, and if I didn't, well, I try it again, right? That's okay to try it again. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to connect these two. I was going to tape it, but my glue gun is hot enough. I'm just going to add a wee bit of glue from the top to side 2. Oops, come on, baby. And try to get them with a straight. If you have to do a little trimming, it's okay. Don't worry about the little trimming, which I probably will have to right there. But I'm not going to worry about that, because what I'm going to do is just make sure that they fit my sides. So here's my top. This is my S. Oops, bend, baby, bend. This is my side. This is why I'm going to use tape. I'm going to use a wee bit of tape just so I can make sure to hold these pieces where I want them. Because the worst part of doing this is attaching the bottom on, because they just want to get loose. So we're going to go ahead, come back to the top. I'm just going to go ahead and attach this top to my bottom, if it'll let me. Come on. Come on, I know you can do it. To the top. Stay. It doesn't have to be perfect, it's temporary. Just to make it hold just a little bit. So you can see that we're getting both sides here done. Okay. Excuse me. I actually don't like it doing it that way, so we're going to do it the right way. Okay. So you can tell the glue is going to hold once you give it a chance to dry. Okay. So we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to go ahead. Our next step would be side 4, which is right here, side 4. So we're going to go ahead. This would sit like this. We're going to make sure that this here would somehow hook to here, to there. It's just like a puzzle. And we're going to go ahead and add a wee bit of glue there. Oops, I'll do it on this one instead of burning my hands, right? And hope for the best. If you have to readjust and bend something, don't let it bother you. It's okay. Since there's no specific measurement, and this is totally by scratch, sometimes you do get a little off, and it's okay. So we're going to go ahead and place that there. This one will go here. That will go there. And I probably did get that off. That's all right. Not going to let it make me quit. And it's okay. I did not measure this one very well, as you can tell, but that's all right. As long as I can get it to bend so it goes in my shape. Okay, there we go. Now we got the bottom, which is someplace around here. Oh, no. Did I not mark my bottom? Oh, yes, of course I did. Yay. And we're going to go ahead and add the bottom to this little piece here. There we go. And then we got to get the last side. 2 sides. What am I doing? Leave it on up there. Just to give me an idea. Side 1. And go ahead and hook side 1 on here. Whoops. Just going to add a little bit of glue on the outside here. Come on. And just get it to stick like that. There we go. It didn't even want to let me look at it. More or less stick to it. Okay, now our last side is not that, but this one. 3. Side 3. And we'll go ahead, get rid of spider webs. And we're just going to attach these 2. Okay. The most part where you need the folded pieces, you guys, is where the edges are. And I kind of just did them everywhere. So I'm not going to worry so much about it. If I have to readjust anything, I'll just readjust it. As long as you get the idea, we are good. Okay, and now we got our last bottom piece here. Let me go ahead, lay you down. And we're just going to eyeball them and check and make sure that they are going exactly where I want them to go. And to make sure they stay, at least one section, I'm just going to go ahead, add glue, because the tape did not want to do anything for me. The tape is kind of old, so I understand. And we're just going to place it with the glue just a little, just enough to make it stay right in that grip for a few seconds here. We'll let it kind of dry since I just pulled a piece apart. And there we go. Just to get it to stay. Now the whole outside, we're going to add something to it, so it's not really going to matter if it's off a little, because you're never going to know. Okay, I did make this one too long because I was guessing instead of measuring on this particular one. The one I was supposed to cut out, I actually did it right. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and attach. Oops, get up there, baby. Our top. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let's see. Let me turn it this way. Let's just go ahead and we'll just attach this side. Not worry about the top. We will attach that top in a few minutes. And just go ahead and add some glue right along here. Come on, baby. Get in there. I'm not worried about this glue, and then we'll do some on the top. I'm not worried about it coming through because it's all going to go in the long run. Nobody's going to know the difference. Remember, there's no wrong, no right. Just however you create it, and it's okay. So it's just for fun. Get that little guy to at least stick up there a little bit. And it doesn't want to. We should add more glue. Just a pile, maybe a pile to grab it. I just want it to stay long enough for us to put it all together. And hold it for a few seconds here. You tired, baby? I'm bored. You're bored. Okay. Now go ahead and go here. We're going to do the other side of our little coffin. And we're going to go ahead and attach this. All I'm doing when I'm attaching them, guys, I'll show you right here. I'm just adding some glue across here. And I'm not doing it perfect. I'm not doing a little. I'm not doing a lot. I'm just putting it on there. Just trying to get it to attach, hold well enough so that we can actually do the next step. Okay? So we'll just kind of push it in here. Let me add some. Oh, I wonder why I'm not getting glue, guys. My glue sticks out. Alright, try this again. Just gonna add a few high places there. And let me catch it this way. It's being a brat tonight, I guess. There we go. Stay.
There's a bug on the floor.
There's a bug. Well, stomp on it.
Well, it's one of the weirdest looking things.
Alright, folks, the dogs brought something in. Bear with me 1 second. That'll hopefully stick where. Was it this creature that just attacked me on the floor?
No, it's right here.
What is it?
I don't know.
Where is it?
Look it.
I don't see it. Oh, come on. Put that back here so I can see. I'm live and I'm...
But I don't know if it's in
Oh, yeah. No, where is it? Where is it?
Right
there.
that
What
thing in my
is
house.
it? That is some kind of picture boat the dogs brought in.
Doesn't look like it's
I know, it is.
stable.
I know, it's weird. But anyways, okay, sorry about that, folks. I refuse to have bugs in my house. Even if they did come in on my puppy dogs. That's so silly. Okay. Out here, you guys, we get all kinds of little critters. I have to admit, that was the creepiest looking one, but it was a pincher. We get scorpions. Oh, I don't like that. Now, if that was a scorpion, I'd be running. I'd say, forget the live. We're out of here. Sorry, folks. Bye. Thank God it wasn't. Okay, get this glue down here. Okay, come on, baby. You got to stick. There it goes. I can see it starting to. It's just being stubborn. Normally, I put the tape, and the tape would just hold it in place. But my tape really is old. I had no clue how old, but it is way too old for this. All right, so we got this side attached well enough that we can now work with it. And now we're going to attach the other side here. This is actually size 3. So we'll go ahead, once again, we're just going to add a nice amount of glue on the edge. And not worry about where it ends up going. Just going to get it to stay. My corners are a little off because, like I said, this wasn't the one that I was going to do. I was going to cut mine out. But since I lost my scissors, I can't. You're all bored.
It's stuck.
Ah, okay. If this little guy would just stay just for a few seconds, we would have it made.
The issue is it's eyeliner, so it's really malleable, so it's not easy to get.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Okay, here we go. Come on. Just this little edge here that doesn't want to stick. The other part's stuck. We'll just hold it for a few seconds. It's very hot. I can feel it through the paper here, through the cardboard. Come on.
This stuff gets everywhere.
All right, folks. Now what we're going to do is go ahead and do the bottom. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and add. Oh, I see I didn't do good on that one. That's all right. We'll just add a little more. Let me add a little bit of glue here on this edge so we can connect the two, if it'll let me even. Oh, this side will. Bloody hot. Okay, now you're going to see my mistake, which I will own up to it because I always say there's no mistakes. Since this is all upcycled, there's definitely no mistakes. We're just going to hold this for a few seconds, get it to stay. It's just being very stubborn. Okay. Now remember, this wasn't the one I was going to use, so I actually have a little gap here, which is fine. I'll turn this right back over. And the reason why it's fine that I have that little gap, because I have an extra piece of paper that I cut out, and I didn't know why I cut it out. So now we know. We're going to use this on the outside, not the inside. Normally it would just be one piece, you guys. But if I just could have cut it. Where are all my scissors? Literally, I have. Oh, wait. If I would have looked a little longer, I would have found them, right, guys? Okay. We're just going to go ahead and we're just going to cut this. I know it's not as perfect as I wanted it to be, but it will work for what we're showing since we're just doing a little educational one. And it's not something I'm selling or anything like that. We're just going to cut a little piece here and just going to add it right there. Not a big deal. Go ahead and add some glue. Without cutting my or burning my hands. And just enough to get it to stay there. God, that's hot. Now, the one thing I wanted to do with this is instead of just painting, calling it good, I actually was going to go ahead and take my glue gun, and I want to give it edges, little edge all the way around with the glue gun. One, it would give it more support. But two, I just thought it'd be kind of creative because that's what it would stand on. Instead of being totally flat on the table, it would have just this little ridge. And if it doesn't work, well, that's all right. It doesn't work. So all I'm doing is making my edge going all the way around the coffin. There we go. It'll fill in any little cracks or anything. And none of it matters. Boy, that one made a big crack there, huh? Let me see if we can push that side up just a wee bit. Oh, well, okay. That side glue, I must have hit it. No big deal. I'm going to go ahead and glue this. Since it did that, you guys, in that one area, don't hesitate to add extra glue so it will still sit right there. Okay. I have to admit, I am a wee disappointed that it fell in, but we're going to make it work. Not giving up just yet. It's too easy to give up. And go ahead and add a little edge. Okay, add a little more of an edge here. And we'll just add a little bit of an edge on the bottom. I gotta be careful not to push it in because it will go down. And we're gonna make a fake edge right there. Come on, no, you gotta go straight. There you go. All right, this here, I wish it would have dried a lot faster than what it's going to. And what sucks is I think it's actually gonna separate. Son of a gun, stay. Stay. All right, we're gonna just wait for a second. And then we can always adjust right over here because it did fall through a little. If I would have used the tape, folks, it would not have happened. Okay, so what we can do, while it's a little wet still, just gonna push that up. And just try not to burn your hands. I'm pushing from the inside out because I don't want to scald my hands. And that's a lot of glue, so it would. All right. So once this dries, we got the start of a little coffin here. Can't wait to make the criddle. Oh my gosh. I've so been looking forward to the criddle. And I do have the face to our big criddle on the cabinet, sitting right across from us, so that we can get her finished too. Okay, I'm going to move this out of my way and bring it right back here. Now, on the inside, you're going to see where there's a lot of gaps and stuff. Oops. Glue gun. Don't worry about those gaps. The only thing we want to make sure they don't do is let your paint run through. So, oops, come on, let go. Take your glue gun and just go once again around these corners, and it will just fill in any possible leakage. And it kind of looks cool. Looks like somebody just, an old style coffin just been thrown together because that's all they had back then. And we don't have the luxury that we do now. Let me bring it this way. And go ahead and fill up this little inside right here. We're going to fill this edge. Going to edge out. There we go. Especially right on this piece, because that's the part that didn't have the whole piece there. And we'll get this edge going. Get this here. Oops, it doesn't want to let me, because I can't see it. Okay, get this going right through here. And now we got the very top. We're just going to add a little bit on the top, and we are done gluing. Okay, so set that little guy aside. Now we got the shape of our coffin here. Let me move that. And once it totally dries, we're just going to paint it black with a few little extras. Let me grab my paint. That's the one thing. I only got the black paint out. I forgot that. Ooh, I would need other colors as well. I also want brown, if I can find it, folks.
Can I borrow your scissors?
Yes, of course. There you go. You're welcome.
I don't feel like going to go get a screwdriver.
Okay. And we're also gonna go ahead and grab some white. You guys, these paints are simply acrylic, and we're also later we're gonna make the top. Okay, guys, just not tonight. Bottoms first. These are acrylic paint. They're 2-ounce bottles. You can buy at Walmart. Oh, that's purple. You can buy them at Walmart, and for the 2-ounce bottles, and they're 50 cents plus tax. Sometimes they're on sale 47. The bigger ones you can also get at Walmart. I'm not sure about this brand. I got these at a thrift store, brand new for $1.50, but at Walmart they're $2.50 for the size of the 8-ounce plus tax. So okay, so we got our little coffin going here. We can take our little guy here, which won't be a guy for long. And it's okay that he is a little big for the coffin because he will have a name down here, or well, a label, because he will be turned into a creature, not a skeleton anymore. So our little guy will be broken apart, put together, and made to work. Let me just toss him out of our way.
That's nice.
Or we have to break him apart because we got to rig him. Now, if this was done with wood like I wanted, we wouldn't have the problems with the bulges. But this is just an example so you guys can get started if you want. The acrylic paint, this big one that I can never bloody open this thing. This one is also bought from Walmart. This is $8.88 when I purchased it. And this is a 32-ounce. Okay, we got a few brushes. Since I was not very prepared. Nope, don't like that brush. Let me show you guys something. I'm one of the weird people. This is how I decide if I like my brushes. If they bend them and they're kind of hard, I'm not too satisfied with the brush. But if you can bend them and they're nice and soft, that's what I like to work with. So that's what I really look for in my brushes besides the style. Okay, over here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to dump out some of our black paint. And this is how I always make it where I can't open my paint, right, guys? Okay, so we got our black paint colored. Whoops. And we'll go ahead and get some of our brown. I'm so weak. Go ahead and put a brown over here. And then we're going to take a little bit of red, just because I thought it'd be kind of fun. We're going to see what it looks like. We may not like the red. And if you don't like how it looks, that's all right. Just redo it. No law says you can't. And then we'll go ahead and put some white over here. I'm going to fill up 2 of them white. And this one's just now got jammed. All right. So what I would like to do is if I had the proper material that I wanted to make out of these. This is just what you call is it called phototype? This is what prototype. This is what I want it to look like, but better. When it's done, it'll be better with the actual right kind of material. So what we're gonna do?
It's kind of like your practice, your rehearsal.
Right. It's exactly. It's like a rehearsal. We're just gonna paint it black. I like that. It's just a practice. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and paint all this black. Normally, I would have one of my big brushes. The real cheap ones you can get at the Dollar Tree or Walmart for really cheap. And then they're pretty much disposable. You can use them one time or many times until the foam breaks on them. And I'm going to try to go from one area up, so bottom up. Once I get to where I want, I like what I see. Bottom up. Try to catch all these little edges. Remember, this is just all example, just like the tree, which I also got the stuff to make the tree too. So the little tree we made, that was just all practice. We're going to make the real thing. Okay. So there's the bottom of our coffin. But what I'm going to do, even though I don't like this brush though. Let me grab a different brush. I got a lot right here in this roll. Let me just grab. So I grab all the little teeny ones, huh? That don't work. Oh, there they are. Oh, and here's one of the brushes I was talking about. I know it's kind of big, but that's okay. We don't care. What we're going to do now is go ahead and grab some of the brown. And I'm going to go ahead and dab it in a red. Just because we're testing it, see what we think. And then I'm going to go up one time, come back, wipe off my black, come back and pick up some more of my brown and a little bit of the red again. And we're going to go up one more time. And then one more, and then one more. Just enough to put some of all the color all over it. If you notice that your paint is starting to thin out because we didn't let it dry, you just go over it and don't push as hard. This gives you your little ridges of your coffin. Okay, now, if you're like me, you like the white. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to take the same brush instead of changing it. I was going to change it out, but we'll just take the same brush. And I'm going to grab some of my white on my edge. Don't want too much. I'm going to make it blend in. There we go. That's a nice little place. And hold my breath. Wee, and wee. I'm just going up, you guys. I'm trying very hard not to overdo it with the white. But at the same time, I don't want to leave big black blotches that had nothing in it. So we're going to go just one more time, bottom up. And there we got it. That's giving us the coloration of our coffin. So when we do the real one, we're hoping to go get this type. Now normally we gotta let it dry, but since we don't have that time period, I'm gonna go ahead and paint it. Let me grab my black. I can hold it and paint it. We're just gonna get the sides. The insides, once it's all dry, we will paint the insides as well.
I don't know what to do.
Get your makeup out. Practice another character.
Well, that's the issue.
Oh.
I have 2 prompts that I need to do.
Okay, do them both.
That's the issue. I don't know what to do for one of them.
Okay, what's the one?
Overdose.
Oh, I see. She's learning to be a makeup artist for,
No.
well, that's what it's called. Whether you think so or not, child. It's for, what do you call it, Wi-Fi? No. Sci-Fi.
It's FX.
FX. There you go. I can remember that. Maybe you can get that one right? I don't think you get much right when it comes to some of this technology.
It's not. Okay.
And creativity. I know it's not technology, but it's creativity. Okay. I know I usually just go one way, but I'm just trying to pick up the little edges.
Hi, Becky.
Hi, Becky. Welcome.
Yeah. Hi, Leslie.
Hi,
Leslie says this is really cute.
Oh, thank you, Leslie. Hi. Welcome.
Carol asked, could you use the masking tape to
Hi,
secure
Carol.
the sides?
You know what? Absolutely, Carol. Matter of fact, that'd be great. I just don't have any of it right now. I'm like totally out of my tape because I made hats. So again, I'm just going to pick this up for my sides. Now, those that are carpenters can probably tell me if I'm doing it right or wrong. Some people say the wood go this way once you get it on the side. Oops, somehow I got a piece of little hairbrush there. Okay, so what we're going to do, I think when we make the real one, I think I would like to have it come up. So we're just going to go ahead. Oops, need more white on that little guy. And we'll just blend it in. We're just going to bring it down like this. Nothing fancy or special. We're just going to bring it down. Make it look like the piece of wood was cut the opposite way of the bottom part. And see if we can get some more of the brown and reds in there. I am holding it here, so I do have my finger there. But we're going to do it anyways. There we go. And get it to turn around. You guys, I do have, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on here. Going to anyways until someone tells me I can't. I do have a YouTube channel. If you guys don't mind subscribing to it and turning on that little bell, this video will be transferred to it on both. I like Facebook and YouTube, so I'm keeping them both. I hope I'm allowed to say that. I don't know.
You're just plugging in your stuff.
Yeah, making sure it all gets out there. All right, guys, so we're going to add a little bit more of the white here. Let me get that to go all the way across. I'm just mixing my colors in. I don't know if you guys can actually see too well what I'm doing. So, and I'm just brushing from the bottom up. Depends on how you're holding it, I guess you would say. And then we're going to go ahead and come here, bottom up, bottom up, bottom up. I can't see anymore, so we're going to add some more. Whoops, not black. I don't want to, I'm going to add in black. I want red and brown. So bottom up, bottom up. You add a little wee bit of white, bottom up. Okay, good enough. I'm going to turn it and turn it back around. And it looks like we got all the sides except for the insides. And I will try to put some of this pink back in my container, the black one. So the only part we got to do, guys, is the inside. And I wonder, I won't make a bridge. If it messes up, it's okay. I will fix it once it's over with.
It's so cold.
You turn that air off. I don't even know why it's on. We're going to go ahead and paint the inside. Now the inside, I think, might be kind of nice if we just did it solid black because of the critter we put in there. But let's paint it and then we will decide if we want it solid black. Now we can add velvet or anything on the final, but you know, we got to have our little prop made here before we actually make these. And I will start tomorrow, have Grandpa help me cut out the wood the size that I actually want, because I'm going to make it in wood. This is going to be a Halloween little thing. Hopefully it'll be bigger than what this is. But we will do it together. Except for cutting out wood, because, yeah, I'm not good at that. Okay. So we're just going to go ahead and hide all of the inside pure black. She's leaving me now. Red left the room. Okay. We'll just get this done real fast. And I think you guys, I know that in reality, if the wood is brown on the outside, it's going to be brown on the inside, not black, unless you paint it. So let's just get the tips. I probably went over the edges. We can always fix that. We'll just do this real fast. Okay. Oh, great. I had paint on my nail, and I just hit my eye. Oh, wow.
That's fine. I can do your makeup.
Oh, yay. We get makeup done tonight. So now we got the inside of our coffin, just black. And the outside of our coffin, this color, kind of messing up on the bottom because I had to set it down wet, but that's okay. Just to give you an idea of how we're going to do this, I think we are going to go ahead. We're going to add the colors. Okay, we're going to go ahead and add the browns and the red on the, oops, not that much red. And the red on the inside. And once again, the edges, we're going to stroke out. If it'll let me, grab a hold of it and stroke out. Just because the outside's that way, so I think the inside should be that way too. At least a little. Bottom up and out. Bottom up, out. Let's see, I don't know how much I'm getting in of color. Pick up some more of that brown. This wasn't this big, it'd be easy. I'll just go all the way in there and pull it right up. Oh, that'll work. Oh, geez, I just touched the outside. Okay, guys, this is just a sample, so we're good. We're not going to sweat over none of it. We're going to go over here, add some of the white all the way across it, because we don't have any of the white highlights. We're just going to add a little bit of the white. Our little critter will have a neat little coffin. Okay, now the bottom part we're going to go ahead and add. We're just going to mix it all together. I'm going to take it here. I'm just going to wipe up. Yes. Again here. I'm just going to wipe up. Okay, and normally I would do this with a different brush, you guys, on the smaller parts. But since it's just a sample, why bother? So now on inside, let me raise you guys up here. Watch your eyes, I'm raising you up. I really got a makeup out. Ooh. Fun, fun. So this is our little coffin. Nothing great yet, but it will be. At least we're hoping, right? Once we make the actual size of the coffin. I'll just pretend it's dry and put it on my hand. Our little critter will sit right in the middle of the coffin. Let me see if I can tilt him. I'm going to tilt you guys just a wee bit. Watch your eyes. He will be sitting right inside of the coffin. And I think we might give him like wings. We'll break his arms and we'll glue him back on in a different shape. Like maybe he's grabbing the outside and he will have these wings. And maybe we'll cross and bend the legs. Get it to cross. We'll break them and re-glue them how we want them. And then at the bottom of him, we will put like a name of a species that maybe he is. Like he could be a fairy or whatever. Or he can be a human bat, vampire, or whatever. But once we make the actual big one, we just got to find a bigger skeleton, because my biggest skeleton I noticed is missing a neck bone. So that don't work, but we can rig it, right? We can make it work. Anything's possible. Oh, and there goes everything on my desk. Sorry. So what do you guys think? And then if you want, you can make a top coffin where he will close, will be open so much where it looks like his hand, and we can rig it so his hand's pushing the coffin open. But in this guy's case, I think once we make the actual final coffin, that we will go ahead and, get him all decked out the way he's going to be. And maybe we can put like a piece of saran wrap or something over it to seal the top until I find the right piece of glass or plexiglass to go over it to help protect the critter. And there you go. There you have it. So once he's dried and we start this other little creature, hopefully tomorrow I have everything he needs. And we'll have fun from there. So I hope you guys like this little jot here. And if you do, please, tell other people about us. And oh wait, I'm raising. I'm sorry. Hi, Carol. I see your name now. And we'll make the big one. I hope you guys like this guy. I had fun making him. And I hope you guys make one too. And if you do, please show me what you made. I would love to see your photos. And it's okay to post it on my business page. I'm okay with that. I just want to see your pictures. I want to see your creations. And as always, you guys, be blessed.